Hello everybody, it's Mrs. Abraham from my house. This is my puppy Twister. Twister, say hi. Twister's going to get a treat and then she's going to go... There's her treat. She's going to get a chewy and she's going to go eat it. There's Sammy. Sammy's going to help us today with our lesson. Now, before we get started, I have a sign that I made. It says, "The Road to Emmaus." Let me turn my screen. Let's follow Jesus. Hopefully you had a chance to watch the video, the Jesus Time video for this week, all about going to Emmaus, and Jesus went along with some of his disciples on a trip right after Easter. So if you didn't get a chance to watch that yet, you might want to have your mom and daddy stop this video and watch that one first, and then come back and watch this one. But we are going to paint some footprints on the road to Emmaus, and you might get to do this at your house too. When we get done with that, I have some other really neat things to do in my kitchen with paint and with colors. So here's Sammy.
Hi.
Sammy, say hi. I'm going to come over here and we're going to paint Sammy's feet. All right. So we have some blue paint. Here you go, Sam. Take one of these paintbrushes.
Okay.
Just one. Just one. Give me the other one. All right. So we're going to dip our paint. Put your feet right up on here on the metal thing. I have some things on my floor to protect the floor so that we don't make a mess on the floor. So I'm going to paint Sam's feet, and they tickle. Sam, you can paint your other foot while I'm painting this one. This tickles. So we're getting lots of paint on Sam's feet. And then we're going to paint his footprints right across our paper. Our poster. Uh-oh, here comes Twister. Twister, you can't be in this video. Alright, let's see if we have enough paint on Sam's feet.
Can you do this one?
Yep. So I chose blue paint because blue is one of our favorite colors. And we're almost done. Let's see the bottom of Sammy's feet here. You could choose any color paint you have, but you have to have someone help you with this project because it can be very messy. If the weather gets nice, you might even be able to do it outside. The weather's not so nice today. Weather Bear would have to wear his... Just stay sitting a minute, Sam. I gotta get the bottom of that feet. What do you think Weather Bear would have to wear on a cold and rainy day outside? Maybe his warm coat, or...
My feet are cold.
He would have to wear... Give me my hand, Sam. He might have to wear his raincoat. Alright. Now, let's scoot you... Let's move this. And scoot you over and put your feet right on our paper. And he's going to stand up. And we're going to watch him walk right across. Look at those footprints. He's walking on the road to Emmaus. Now, if you have a brother or a sister, your mommy and daddy might even be able to paint both of your feet, and you could walk on a big piece of paper like this. You could walk across it and have your footprints. And the important thing to remember is we're following Jesus. And you might even be able to find the song all about the fish are going to bite, where we're following Jesus. You might be able to find that song too on YouTube. All right, Sammy's going to clean his feet off. Let's say goodbye to Sammy.
Bye.
Thanks for helping us, Sam. All right. Now, I have some other really neat things for us to do here. I have some paint. I chose purple, green, and orange. And we're going to learn about symmetry. Now, symmetry is when you have, you could say it's like a mirror image. So if you think about a mirror, it's two things, and it's your face and your picture of your mirror looking back at you. Sam's having trouble getting the paint off his feet. I'm going to tell him he has to go and wash them off in the bathtub. Maybe take a shower. All right, let's come back to our symmetry. So it could be, you could think of it like a mirror image, or another way to think of it is side by side the same. So two things side by side that are the same. So let's take a look at Sammy's footprints. They're pretty much the same. They're opposite of each other, but each foot is pretty much the same. If we zoom in on these 2 feet. So that's symmetry. Now I'm going to show it to you in a much more fun way. I have a piece of paper here, just a regular old piece of paper, and I folded it in half, okay? And then you want to open your paper up Oh, I got a little smudge on mine, but it's still going to work just fine. I covered my countertop with a newspaper to keep it because the paint could make a little bit of a mess. Okay, now we're going to take, I have 3 different spoons here for my paint. You could do this a lot of different ways. You could also take, if you have a bottle of paint like this one, you could take it and shake it and squeeze a little bit of it out. Or you could do what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to take a spoon. I am only going to put paint on one side of my paper. I'm going to leave the other side of the paper completely white. Now watch what happens. I'm going to take my spoon of orange. I'm going to dip it on in a few different spots. I'll get some more orange. Try not to let it drip here. And I'll dip it on the paper in a few different spots. It doesn't worry too much. It's not too important what my picture looks like right now. I got a little bit that dripped. So I'll wipe that off. So my design that I have right now doesn't really matter. I'm just dripping some paint on. Now I'm going to get some green. Okay, now I have some green. I'm going to put some green on the paper. I can shake it around and let it drip out in a few different spots. Get a little bit more green. You want to make sure to get some of the paint close to the middle and all around the whole paper. Alright, I'm going to put my green down now. The last color I have is purple, because I love purple. And I have some purple on my spoon. Alright, now I'm going to get purple in some different spots. Oops, I didn't mean to drop a big blob. That's okay if you do. Just try to spread it around. All around your paper. Okay, now the cool part. I'm going to get a little bit more purple. If your paint is too thick, like mine is a little bit thick, you could always add some water to it to make it thinner. Alright, now I have a lot of paint on my paper. Does it really look like anything? Nope, doesn't look like anything. Look at the other side of my paper. Blank, except for I got that little drop. There's nothing on one side and there's lots of paint on the other. Now I'm going to fold my paper in half. Now, you can't just fold it and open it. You have to fold it. This is where it's important to have your countertop or your table covered. You could also probably do this outside if the weather was nice. Now I'm going to fold it and I'm going to take my hands and I'm going to go all the way around it. Now I got a little bit of paint that squeezed out the edge. That's fine. Let me hold the other hand. Alright, I'm going to rub my hand all the way on the paper and I'm going to, you see that paint that's squeezing out the top? And some paint is squeezing out the bottoms? It's okay that I get paint on the back side of the paper. I want to try to squeeze all that paper out. You could also, if you have like a Play-Doh roller, cookie roller, you could roll the paper real thin, but it's good practice for your hands doing this, rubbing it, getting all that paint out. Now when we, watch what happens. Watch what happens when we open it up. I want to get this paint off my fingers because I don't want to get paint on my phone. Alright, let's see what happens when we open up our paper. We're going to see symmetry. Here we go. Oh my goodness, are you seeing that? Did you see that? Both sides of the paper have all kinds of color. That is so cool. Now when this dries, you can either, you gotta leave it someplace to dry, but when it dries, you could just hang it up like it is. Or another idea that you could do, and I'll make a picture of this one because I did it earlier today. You could draw a butterfly. You could have your mom or your daddy help you, or your big sister or brother help you to draw the outline, the edge of a butterfly, kind of, you know how the shape of a butterfly. And then you could, actually you could do it on the outside. You could draw it just on one side, and then you could cut it and open it up, and you would have. Let me open that again. I shouldn't have closed it. My hands are going to get all painted again. Here we go. There. So you could do it. You could draw a butterfly outline on there, and then you'd be able to see your beautiful, colorful picture would be a butterfly. You can use any colors you want. I just used green, orange, and purple because that's what I wanted to. But whatever paint colors you have at your house, you could use and have lots of fun with that. Now I have one more project to do with you about colors and about how colors, God made all these great colors in our world. God made all these great colors, and we can see what water does with some of these colors. Now, we learned in the Bible story today, in the Bible stories, that Jesus said we would be baptized with water. So I have some water here, just some plain old water. Hopefully I don't have paint on my hands to get the water colorful. Nope. All right. And I have some bags of Skittles. Now, I should have opened these before. I might have to go see Eli. I'm going to go see Eli and see if he'll come help me open these. Hey, Eli.
Yeah.
We're coming for a visit. This is my son, Eli. He's on his computer. Eli, say hi.
Hello.
All right, I need you to come off your computer. I need you to help us. We're doing a video here. All right, we're going to walk back into the room, into the kitchen. Watch out for the paint. Sam painted his feet.
That's exciting.
This is Eli. He's the one who does a lot of the videos for us. But today, Eli, all I need you to do is I'm going to hold the camera, and I need you to open up those 3 bags of Skittles. Or 3 of those bags of Skittles. Doesn't matter which ones.
Okay.
We're going to do some cool science with Skittles to see what the color of Skittles, what happens.
One. It must be yellow.
All right, so he opened up one bag. Now, actually, I want you to dump those bags right on that plate.
Sorry.
So you're going to need a paper plate.
Whoops.
Some kind of a plate, and a paper plate works really good. If you dump open up 3 bags of Skittles, or if you don't have little bags like this, you could just use some Skittles in a big bag. But I'm using the fun size Skittles.
Whoops.
Whoops.
Is that a problem?
Nope. Alright, now once we get all these on the plate, we'll leave this one extra. Okay, we're going to move them around. And Eli, you can help me move. We're trying to make a pattern around the edge. Not really a pattern, but we're just trying to make a line of Skittles around the edge. Okay?
Like that.
Yep. Just like that. Now, do you see lots of different colors in there? Eli, you can either stay to watch or you can go back.
I'll stay.
Alright. So you see all those different colors? There's some blue, there's orange, there's green, there's red and brown and yellow. Did I miss any colors? I think I got them all. So, we're going to choose 4 of those colors. Actually, I'm going to let Eli choose 4 of those colors. So, 4 Skittles of different colors. And we're going to put one in, see this little bowl right here? We're going to put the 4 Skittles in this little bowl. But Eli, we want them to be far apart from each other. We want the S's to be showing. So, pick 4 of them, different colors.
Let's do
So,
orange.
we have an orange. Want me to put them in?
Sure. A blue.
I'm going to drop that right into the water, and I made sure that the S is still up. Okay, and now I'm going to put the blue one in. We want to be able to see the S. Do you see the S?
Yellow. The S is kind of hard
The
to
S
see.
is hard to see on the yellow, but...
And red.
And a red one.
Kaboom.
Alright. So we have 4 Skittles in here in our little bowl. And they're all, see how they're all kind of spread apart? Can you see those letter S's? Now I see something already happening to the orange one. Do you see that, Eli?
Yes, indeed, I do.
Do you see the color moving away from the Skittle? It's spreading away. I see that happening a little bit to the blue and to the yellow.
There's the red. The red's
And the red's starting to go too. That was the last one that we put in, so. Look at the color leaving the Skittle and spreading around in the water. Now we got to keep watching because we got to see what happens to the letter S. It's really funny what happens, oops, to the letter S. Hopefully it works this time. It worked last time. Look at those colors. They're all spreading apart and they're making perfect lines next to each other. Yellow, blue, orange, and red. The S's don't seem to be doing anything this time. Sometimes the S lifts right off and floats away from the Skittle. But I don't see it doing... Is it doing that on these ones?
Orange.
on the orange?
Yeah.
It's hard to see, but if you get to try this at your house, I think you'll probably be able to see it. So that's what you can do with just 4 little Skittles. But if you have a whole bunch of Skittles, you can put them on a plate like this. And you could do lots of different things. You could put them all of the ones of the same color next to each other, or you could make a pattern, or you could do it like we did, where we just dumped them out and put them however. I just want to get them. Can you help me, Eli, get them spread so that
Sort of equal.
kind of equal, yeah. All right, now before we started, I got a cup of water. This is just plain old clear water, and I'm not going to need all this water. I'm going to pour it right in the middle. And a little bit more, so it touches all the Skittles. It has to touch all the Skittles. Want to help me? You can use a little bit more water if you need to. Alright, so the water is touching all the Skittles. Now we're just going to watch and see what happens. We might need a little bit more water. It's not touching some of those. There we go. Now watch. Can you see the color leaving the Skittles? Super cool. It doesn't take very long either. Look at the green moving away, and the purple, and the brown, and the red. Look at all the colors are moving. I'm going to just go over to this one real quick. Take a look at this one, what it's doing now. Those Skittles are just completely white. They lost all their color, and the letter S's are floating on the top. Some of them are broken, but the blue one looks like it's still. Funny thing I noticed when I did this before, I tasted one of my Skittles that didn't have any color on it, and they taste a lot different without color. I'm not sure why that is. Look at this. Look at our plate. Look what's happening to all the colors. The color is leaving the Skittles, and it's going and it's making a giant, beautiful rainbow. What do you think about that, Eli?
I think that's really cool.
Yeah. It's coming right into the middle. I wonder what's going to happen when it meets in the middle. It's neat to see the blue. I think there was just 2 blues, right?
Yeah.
Now these Skittles on the plate aren't pure white yet, like the ones in the bowl are. There might not be enough water to make them lose all of their color. I think they're probably losing the color on the bottom. We'll check that out after it finishes. Look at, there's just a tiny little white dot in the middle, and it's disappearing quickly. A tiny white dot disappeared. Oh my goodness, that is so cool. You can see all the different colors of the Skittles. Green and orange and pink, well, red I should say. Yellow and blue. That's really cool. Now, I wonder if we take one of these Skittles that are, flip it upside down, I wonder if it's white. Yep. Look at that. Look at that yellow one I just flipped. So all the color on the bottom of the Skittle came off. But the color on the top of the Skittle, because we don't have that much water on here yet. That's pretty neat. You could do this at home. You could do any of these experiments, any of these color learning things at home, or you could learn about symmetry with just a little bit of paint. So thanks for tuning in today, and there's another video attached that I'm sending your mommy and daddy of some Easter stories, so you can listen to some story time about the gift that God gave us at Easter, because we're still learning about how Jesus is the gift that God gave us at Easter. So I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.